Hey comic book fans, your pal David here, give you guys another edition of the Comic Fix. Now this is the time that I do my picks of the week and tell you some news about my page. So let's get right into the nitty gritty of the comics that I read this week, from my least favorite to the pick of the week. So my least favorite book this week was Superboy issue number 12, just a shitty book, and a book that I would never recommend for anybody to start to pick up. And then Batman and Robin issue number 12, another terrible book that had too many tie-ins to the movie that just came out, The Dark Knight Rises. X-Men Legacy, another book that was just bland and I'm not going to be picking up anymore. Okay, now we're going to have the books that I'm still going to be picking up, but they're, nah. Suicide Squad, issue number 12. Fantastic Four, yeah. Well, the thing with Fantastic Four is that this was a book that had a lot of potential, or a lot of stuff for older readers of Jonathan Hickman's run on Fantastic Four to enjoy, where new readers like me come into this one and be like, I don't get it. I mean, it was nothing that was for new reader friendly. Scarlet Spider, good book, you know, fun action in it. Gambit, a Mission Impossible type of book, which was fun. The Creep, issue number 0, which was a really cool little detective story that's going on, and I'm actually pretty stoked to read some more stuff about it. And now it's on to the books that I think that everyone could go and pick up and enjoy quite a bit. The Ravengers, really fun book. Now, yeah, and Batman, issue number 12. Now to the books I think everyone should go and pick up and they'll enjoy entirely. Resurrection Man, issue number 12, a series that's going to be being discontinued, but damn, is it just a fun series. And Punk Rock Jesus, a story about Jesus being in a clone, and just a fun book, so much imagination. I think this is a book I'm going to be picking up for a whole 6 issues, and then I'm going to go and buy the trade when it comes out. I just love this series. And then American Vampire, Lords of Nightmares. And finally, my pick of the week. If you have not watched any of my videos, this will come as a shock. But if you have watched my videos, you'll probably know what's coming up. And that is Batgirl issue number 12. Gail Simone has grabbed onto the reins again and are telling some awesome stories. This issue in particular. Great action scenes. Great points where you get the villains and get to know their background and feel something for them. That they're not these mindless beasts, but there's some human to them. And I'm so interested to see where Gail Simone takes Batgirl. And there is an appearance of Batgirl's brother, which I don't know why. I think it's because like 1:30 a.m. But Gordon Jr. I was about to say his name escaped me, but Gordon Jr. made an appearance in this book. And anytime Gordon Jr. comes into this book, it just makes this book that much better. So Batgirl's my pick of the month, or pick of the week, and I think this is a book that everyone should just go and try out for the very first time, because this is a great jumping on point and you will not be disappointed whatsoever. So there's my pick of the week. You saw all my comics I read this week, and I reviewed every single one of them. So at any point you guys want to know more about these books, I have a link to those videos with those reviews below. So, with that being said, now let's get into some news about my page. I'm hopefully going to be putting out my video for the top 5 books in DC Comics that are not the big name comics that I think that everyone should start reading. So it's basically the books that you're not reading that you should be reading. That will be what it's titled, I think. I don't know yet, but it's going to be the top 5 books that are not Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Swamp Thing, Animal Man. I think those are the books that I'm going to be taken out of the equation, because those are the top selling books and the books that I consider to be the top notch in DC Comics. These will be kind of like the books, kind of like Batgirl, or let's see, Resurrection Man if it wasn't being canceled. So any of the books that are being canceled are out of it. Or like a Ravengers is a definitely good point to say this is one of the books that you should be picking up that basically you probably are not. So I'm going to have that video coming out next week or in a couple days. And also with that, I was thinking about my video game section, and I think I found a name for it. Cheap Games for Cheap Bastards. I know that I think X-Play had that, Cheap Games for Cheap Bastards, and I think that they stopped doing it, and I really like that name. So I'm going to be doing that for my video game section. It's going to be games that I'm going to be going to some local GameStop, and I'm going to get their cheap games. Games that you can afford. If you're like me, you spend a lot of money on comics, and that's where your love is at. And you actually do enjoy video games, but you don't want to go spend that $70 for that new video game. So I'm going to go do my cheap games for cheap bastards and go and find some cheap games that are about $30 or lower to review and tell you if it's worth picking up or if it's just a trashy game that you guys should never have picked up. So expect that in a couple weeks, and I'm going to go to my local shop and see what deals are to had. Especially since I have a Best Buy right next door, and usually every week they have some deal on some certain games, which would be a cool one to check out. So you got that to look forward to. And also, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, my sister had her baby finally. A healthy baby boy named Calvin. And so, yeah, so congratulations to my sister. And we got another comic book fan that I'm going to be making into a comic book lover just like I am. So I'm going to bring in another one of our geeky squad into the family. So, with that being said, my name's David. This is the Comic Fix. And Batgirl, issue number 12, is the pick of the week. And I'll see you guys on another week of reviews on the Comic Fix. See you later.